heart is about 100 times stronger electrically than the human brain. And the heart is about 5,000 times stronger magnetically than the human brain. So if we're going to create an electrical or a magnetic field that affects our reality, it probably can be done with thought, and that's why it's so much more difficult. It's much easier to feel the feeling with our hearts. So our brains create the image, we model, we simulate with our brain. What is it we'd like to see? What is it we'd like to experience? And once we have that locked into place, we can feel the feeling of gratitude and appreciation for what has already happened and give power to what it is that we're thinking. For people who became frustrated with their affirmations, you know, they said their affirmations 100,000 times a day and nothing happened, and then they lost interest, they felt disempowered, they felt like victims. They said, you know, that stuff doesn't work. It's because we only had half of the formula. An affirmation is a thought only, and it's an empty thought unless we put some energy into it. When we marry the thought and the emotion together, they come together in this mysterious, magical, precious place right in the center of our hearts. And this is what the ancients say, this is where the action is. It's in our hearts, and by definition we create a feeling. Feeling is the union of thought and emotion. The feeling is what creates the waves that speak to the field, the matrix in our universe. If the feeling is what creates, then you've got to give that field something to work with so it can show you what it is that you're creating. Why not feel what it is that you'd like to experience so the field can give that back to you, rather than feeling the things that you don't have or you don't want, because that's the blueprint that the field gives back to you as well. And it's a very subtle, it's this little subtle shift into thinking from the outcome rather than thinking from the place of lack and hoping something changes. So the feeling that we're creating is very closely associated with what we call belief. Belief and feeling both occur in the heart. When you have a belief about something, you've got usually really strong feelings about that belief. To the degree that we believe, we are healed. To that degree, our heart will send the signals to our brains saying this body is healed. And to meet that, the brain will flood the body with a chemistry that will allow that healing. We've seen this documented medically. So that's inside of our bodies. The same principle now is being documented beyond our bodies. So the effect is not limited to our bodies. The field carries those effects beyond our bodies into our physical world, and in that way we influence. Again, I'm not going to say the word control or manipulate. We're not imposing our will, but we do influence. We have the ability to influence the outcome of the events in our lives.